Hey guys, how's it going? Thad here with Iowa Budget RC, and I know it's been a little while, but I'm gonna make a video here, or I'm gonna try to anyway. And so this is, I don't know, part 2, part 3, something like that, with the Thundermax dragster hobby grade conversion. We're using parts from the Drummond short course truck, and trying to make this thing to where it will get up and go and be kind of fun to drive. So the problem we were having before was the servo. If I just put double face tape down and put this in there, there wasn't enough clearance. And I tried using like the servo mount from the Drummond, and that again, there's just not enough. It just wouldn't work. I couldn't make it work. So what I've got is a piece of Lexan. This is actually, it was a mistake at the new job that I'm working, the second job, and it's actually a lens for the delay box timers. And so anyway, what I did was I cut it down. I'm going to double face tape it into there with some servo tape. Then I'm going to servo tape the servo on top of there. And so with the thickness of the 3M servo tape and being underneath of here and then on the servo itself, we should have plenty of clearance and be able to make this work. If not, then we'll go back to the drawing board and you may or may not see this video. So Grayson is at his state tournament baseball games this weekend, and so I'm here by myself with my, well, actually with my daughter, but yeah, so this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna see if we can make this work. All right, well, I got it in there, and it'll turn kind of. I don't think it's going to work, so I'm gonna have to come up with a plan B of some sort here. And so back to the drawing board on this. Okay, so with the top cover on, and this is not screwed down, but I do have turning both ways. I don't have a lot of turning, but it's a dang dragster. It doesn't need a big turning or small turning ratio, right? So I think with steering trim and steering rate, I can adjust that some and make this work. So I'm going to trim out some of the inside of here for wires to run through and what have you, and get this screwed back on there. All right, well, I'm getting things figured out here. I've got the front end back together, got the servo wires extended so they'll reach the ESC, which I'm mounting back here. So one thing I'm going to have to do is extend the battery wires. The battery tray is down below here. I can use a regular small size 2X like this Urgent X. I could use this Drummond battery. I'm not sure which I'm going to use yet. I need to try and charge the Drummond battery and see if it'll even come back to life. But yeah, so either one of those would work. And so now what I'm going to have to do, of course, is extend the battery wires down into the battery compartment, and they've got to go through a tiny hole up in here, which is right there, but there's not a lot of room underneath of there because of where the axle and everything mounts. So I'm gonna have to extend the wires and then run them down through there and put a plug on there. And so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge with big fingers, but we'll figure it out and kind of go from there. All right, something else I wanted to show in this video. I didn't film any of this, but I finally finished my Studebaker Golden Hawk Rat Rod monster truck, and I may end up painting this thing to look similar to Dottie, my 58 Silverhawk. But yeah, I dropped this thing off the TV and a bunch of pieces fell off of it, so I decided it would be a good candidate to make into an RC monster truck. And I just glued the top back onto the body, because all that's separate and it's kind of messy. I did it inside and outside, so hopefully it stays on if it rolls over. But it's really heavy, and it has, because this is a die-cast metal body, and then I used magnets for body mounts, so that actually works pretty good. And I might do a little detail painting to it. I might even get some Bondo and like fill in on the fins, I don't know. But for now, I'm just gonna drive it the way it is. Just thought I'd include that, thought you guys might enjoy that. Alright, so got battery wire in here, and it's not maybe the optimum way to do it, but I think it'll work, and I'll flip it over and I'll show you what I did. As you can see, I soldered and shrink wrapped my connectors here. I do have a EC3 to Dean's connector on there, but I need to shut the soldering iron off. But I'll flip it over and show you the rest. Alright, so the only thing I had that was remotely close to the same gauge of wire that came on the Dramanda was a JST setup here. So that's what I used. And so it's the same gauge of silicone covered wire, and I think that'll work pretty well. Yeah, it's gonna have this extra plug in there, but that's okay too. So it's just a extra piece of the circuit, I guess. Everything's all soldered and shrink wrapped. I tried using a smaller shrink wrap, and I put it on there, and it was too small. And as I was heating up the wire, it actually heat shrunk itself to the silicone wire. So the ESC is going to mount here. I'm going to get this kind of routed similar to what I have this routed on the underneath side of the bottom of the block there. We're going to glue the Hemi back in there, glue the Hemi in there, and get this taped down and everything, and it should be ready to put back together. Alright guys, well, Thundermax is pretty much back together. Still got to put the rear tires on it, and we've got rapid acceleration. Unfortunately, I think the dang servo just burned out. It's not doing anything. If I adjust it, it's still not doing anything. So, I'm damned again. So, I'm gonna have to try and find another mini servo to work, or just drive it in a straight line. But yeah, it's coming along. Let me show you the next dilemma that we've got. Alright, so here's our next dilemma. So these have 2.2 inch rear tires, or rear wheels I should say, but they have this like 5mm hex. And so I bought what I thought would work here, a set of Traxxas Mickey Thompson slicks. So they're 2.2 on this side, but they're like 2.5 inch or 3 inch on that side. So they're 2.2 by 3, I believe is what they are. And I was thinking that 3 inch was the outer diameter, 2.2 was right here. Can't send them back, of course, because it was just a purchase that I made, whatever. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I might search, I think some of the Radio Shack trucks that I have, and I have a parts vehicle, have 2.2 wheels with that same size hex that have an inside diameter that's close to that. But yeah, those no work, and these are hard as a rock. So I mean, they're pliable, but they are very, very, very hard compound. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got some silicone spray, and I think I'm going to spray these down with silicone spray and put them in a baggie. Let them sit for a little bit and see if that helps. As far as the steering goes, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Have to find another servo and cut my wires again and resolder them and whatever, but yeah, we'll figure it out, I guess. But for now, that's the Thundermax dragster, and excuse the messy bench, but that's as far as we're going to get with it today. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all your patience. We're just having kind of a hard time right now, and don't really have the extra funds to spend on RC, and we got some other things going on, and so my motivation to make videos is very low. And so I thank you guys for sticking with us. I thank you for all the support, the emails, the comments, whatever. And I'm gonna try and at least do one video a week. So we'll continue on. Next video I think is gonna be a painting video of Grayson's new body for his AX24, and possibly a new body for the Red Cat Piranha that we've had cut out for months and just haven't painted, and we do have the paints, so that's a possibility. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. You have a great day. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, share with your friends, whatever, and again, thank you for your support.